And both jammers right into a wall of defenders. Again, some great defense from Philly earlier in the day. Expecting to see more of that today again as well. Abysmal sent to the crash course penalty box. That's going to put Tenacious K on a power jam right out of the start. Lead is still open though. Tenacious K finding a Rochester tripod. Again, Tenacious K skated in a game at 9 a.m. today, but that is not going to stop Tenacious K from grabbing lead. Tenacious K cleared their initial and is going to come back around for points. Abysmal out of the box is going to try for their initial. Oh! Big jump and hit on the inside. Tenacious K going for an apex jump.
The battle of the 22s. Both jammers coming up against a good bit of defense here from these blockers, and Rrrrecked taking lead jammer status, fighting through the tripod at the front there. Philly now down 2 blockers on the track. And Helen Killer also to the pack now. Both jammers eligible to score. Rrrrecked picking up 4 points there. And Helen Killer, a nice little hop on the inside there, picking up 4 as well for Rochester. Rrrrecked sliding through on the knee, back up though. Helen Killer getting cycled back. And finding a way on the outside, through for 4 points for Rochester. Rrrrecked powering through there, taking up another 4. Both teams now at full strength, all 4 blockers on the track. Ooh, bit of a tumble there on the inside with 2 of the Philly blockers and Helen Killer. Everyone is back up and good to go though. Rrrrecked meanwhile picking up 4 more points. Rrrrecked finding that lane on the outside, slipping right on by. And Helen through again, picking up 4 more points for Rochester. Ooh, Rrrrecked taking a bit of a tumble there on the outside, right back up though, cycled back. It looks like number 444, Juggs Mcgee. Helen making another pass there, picking up another 4 for Rochester. That is the end of that jam. Score following that jam is Philly 20, Rochester 16.
Casper and Deathcap out on the track this time, trying to put some points up themselves. And it's going to be Casper coming out as lead for Rochester. Deathcap still stuck in the pack on their initial. Meanwhile, Gemini back on the track and out of the box. Hex also on the track. That has emptied the box, but Deathcap picked up a penalty and is headed into the box themselves. That was a track cut on Deathcap. That's putting Casper on a power jam with lead, taking a little bit of a whip from their teammate, puts 4 points up on the board. Casper's coming around to set up for their second scoring trip, getting some offense from the Rochester defenders. Rochester's blockers with that offense allows Casper to clear on the inside, pick up another 4. That's up to 8. And they call off the jam as Deathcap enters the track again.
Both jammers trying to find a way through these walls. Both very sturdy walls here. Philly's wall cycling around the Rochester wall, and Trans-Lucent through the pack, taking lead in jammer status. Abysmal still fighting against the Philly wall. Ooh, Trans-Lucent with a nice little hop there. Appears that they were out of bounds. Cycled back. Oh, but it looks like Trans-Lucent has the power jam. Appears we have a track cut from Abysmal. Oh, we now have a blocker each from both Rochester and Philly. And Trans-Lucent picking up 4 more points there. Abysmal hitting the pack here. Looking to get through. Oh, 1 blocker to beat. And Abysmal is through, eligible to score. Both jammers coming up against the pack here. Ooh, Abysmal finding that outside lane. Picking up 4 there for Rochester. Trans-Lucent taking a bit of a hit there. Back up now. Ooh, knocked to the out there. Cycled back. Meanwhile, Abysmal picking up 4 more points. Ooh, Trans-Lucent taking another fall to the inside and calling off that jam.
Was that penalty or was it a shorter penalty? I'm not sure. But they came back out on the track, made up for lost time, put 8 points up. Philly only has a lead of 2 after that last jam, so excellent recovery there by Abysmal and Rochester Area Junior Roller Derby. Out on the track now, we've got Rrrrecked up against Beastie, and it's going to be Rrrrecked that grabs lead for Philadelphia, but Beastie coming up right behind them. Both jammers hitting the pack. And Beastie's the one able to clear on the outside. Oh, but picks up a little bit of a toe stop catch from Philadelphia. Beastie through for 4 and around on their second scoring trip. Rrrrecked has made it through and put up 4. Beastie a lap ahead. But Rrrrecked is now on the same scoring trip. Rochester doing a good job preventing Rrrrecked to take the inside line, though. Knocked Rrrrecked out and recycled them. Beastie now third scoring trip. Rrrrecked on their second. Rrrrecked is through. Both jammers now on their third scoring pass. Beastie, though, taking the opportunity for Rrrrecked to come in to use that as a little bit of a distraction and make it through on the outs. Rrrrecked being held back by Helen Killer there. Big hit on the out and recycling Rrrrecked. That's given Beastie time to come back around on their 4th scoring trip. And there Beastie goes through again. Helen Killer just absolutely trying to stop Rrrrecked with everything they have. That jam runs to time. Rrrrecked able to pick up 4 points on that last pass.
And coming up now to jam, we have 1 Green Eggs and Slam for Rochester and 666 Deathcap for Philly. Neither jammer through the pack just yet. Oh, and we have Green Eggs and Slam taking lead jammer for Rochester. Deathcap hot on their heels, though. Both jammers hitting the pack. Oh! Deathcap finding that outside lane, slipping on by. Green Eggs and Slam, meanwhile, stuck behind the Philly blockers currently. Uh-oh. Deathcap sent to the penalty box for a track cut, so Green Eggs and Slam has the power jam. Rochester blockers trying to help their jammer out now. And Green Eggs and Slam is through, calls off the jam.
It's often the action you don't see on camera, but our track crew just last minute absolutely making a save to keep Derby playing with a pair of scissors and some tape. They work some magic. But Abysmal back out on the track. Deathcap started the jam in the box. Abysmal was able to clear their first trip, their initial, and is now on the scoring trip. Deathcap absolutely running out of the box, is still in their initial. Oh man. Abysmal working for every single pass on that trip, and they grab all four. Star pass though on the Philly side to Strawberry Shortquake. Strawberry Shortquake has cleared their initial and is now through for points. Abysmal though on their second scoring trip. Strawberry Shortquake on their first. Abysmal though able to clear the outside, and Rochester doing a good job holding off Strawberry Shortquake. Abysmal is going to come around and set up for a third trip. Strawberry Shortquake still on their first scoring trip. Oh, a nice little side swipe on the outside there from Abysmal. That was good for a third trip, up to 12 points.
Both jammers hitting the pack here. Really condensed pack. Oh, bit of a tumble there with some of the blockers. None of the jammers through just yet. And Rrrrecked makes it through just barely in the lead. Takes it lead jammer. Whoop, bit of a slip there from Mcgee. Rrrrecked coming up against the Rochester wall here. Few tumbles here and there, but everyone seems to be fine. Back up, Rrrrecked making that first scoring pass. Oh! They seem to have lost their balance on that outside line. Back up now, fighting against the last of the Rochester blockers at the front there. Making that scoring pass, picking up 4 points. Mcgee here at the front, still fighting the Philly wall. It looks like we have a track cut for Rochester, so now Philly has the power jam. Rrrrecked picking up 4 more points there. Rochester's pivot getting it back on the track now. Looking to reform with teammates to try and help them out. Rrrrecked coming up here. Ready to, make another scoring pass. Falls over right at the outside line. Cycled back. Dodging hits left and right. And that is the end of our jam.
And that's what's been enabling them to screech ahead in this first period. Trans-Lucent and Abysmal out on the track this time. Both of these jammers we've seen do some great work today, but Abysmal, again, just like a few jams ago, has picked up lead and is coming around for more, but this time Trans-Lucent is going to challenge them. Abysmal in for a scoring trip, Trans-Lucent on their way in for theirs. Both jammers in the pack on their first scoring trip. Nope. Now Abysmal has cleared for 4. Trans-Lucent making it through, absolutely working for those 4. Abysmal about half the track ahead of Trans-Lucent, absolutely dodging Philadelphia blockers. And Abysmal opting to call it before Trans-Lucent can clear all the way. Trans-Lucent does pick up 1 point.
And with that is our whistle. Both jammers now off, looking to find their way around these walls. And we have Rainbow Crash with lead jammer status for Philly. Helen Killer cycled back here. Still trying to make that initial pass. And Helen Killer is through and now eligible to score. Oh, Rainbow Crash almost out of the pack. going just over the line, now cycled back. Helen knocked out there by Deathcap, cycled back as well. Both jammers looking to make their first scoring pass. These blockers really making these jammers work for it, it seems. And Rainbow Crash is through, picking up 4. Helen Killer knocked to the outside up here in turn 1. Still looking to pick up some points here for Rochester. Meanwhile, Rainbow Crash making that second scoring pass now. We have Helen Killer through, picking up 4 for Rochester. Rainbow Crash fighting against this Rochester wall. Now up against a tripod at the front. Whoa, taking a bit of a tumble there. Getting back up though. Fighting this tripod at the front. And Helen Killer took the star off and has passed the star. Looks like 2-1-0-0-1, Bully Eilish. And that is the end of that jam.
And Casper finding the inside line for Raleigh. Picks up a track cut though. Must have just skated over the inside line. So it's Squid that is lead jammer for Philadelphia. Casper headed to the box and Squid is on a power jam. Squid on their first scoring trip clears the pack but is met again by Green Eggs and Slam. Gets knocked out, but Green Eggs and Slam not staying up. So Squid is going to be allowed to clear. Picks up 3 points that jam, or that trip. Not going to pick up the points for Green Eggs and Slam, but is going to continue through. Season inside line, tries to take it. Gets knocked out there, that time by Hell's a Comin. Meanwhile, Casper back on the track. Casper still needs to complete an initial trip to be able to score points. Mcgee, though, for Raleigh, headed to the box. That's one less blocker that Squid is going to have to make it past to complete this trip. The crowd chanting Squid's name. Squid met by Green Eggs and Slam again, absolutely denies Green Eggs and Slam and is clear on this trip. Casper, though, has cleared their initial.
5, Jostlin for Philly, and 8, Abysmal for Rochester. And Abysmal finding that outside line, taking lead jammer status for Rochester. Meanwhile, Jostlin taking a hit to the outside, also now out of the pack, though, eligible to score. Rochester's losing one skater to the box, gaining another back, though. Both teams with 3 blockers on the track currently. Abysmal looking to make that second scoring pass, picking up 4 more points for Rochester. Jostlin coming up for a second scoring pass for Philly, trying to maintain that lead change. And Jostlin making it through. Meanwhile, Abysmal right behind Jostlin, picking up 4 more points, bringing Rochester's score for this jam to 12. Jostlin coming up against the pack. Oh, and it looks like Jostlin going to the penalty box. And now Abysmal has the power jam for Rochester. Like Jostlin had a back block. Rochester looking to take back that lead with this power jam. And Abysmal, taking a hit but staying upright there. Still in bounds and making it through to pick up 4 more and calling off that jam.
So they're going to reset up here. This time, though, Jostlin Moon was able to exit the box. So now this is a 2-jammer start. So Green Eggs and Slam not getting that advantage this time. Jostlin Moon able to come out as lead and has cleared their initial and is now here for points. Green Eggs and Slam still caught in their initial. Jostlin Moon through their first scoring trip. That's good for 4 points. Rochester going a blocker down into the crash course penalty box again. Jostlin Moon, Owen is going to have to sit for 2. Jostlin Moon through for another 4 points. That's up to 8. That brings us to a tie game right now. We'll see how the rest of the jam goes. Green Eggs and Slam still trying to make their way through the Philly blockers. Jostlin Moon, meanwhile, able to skate by on the outside. There's a little bit of confusion. Jostlin Moon up to 12 points now. That's another lead change in Philly's direction this time. Philly goes a blocker down. Now it is an even matchup on the track. Both teams have a blocker in the crash course penalty box. Green Eggs and Slam able to clear their initial and is finally able to make it around and take their first scoring trip. Jostlin Moon is on their 4th scoring trip. Green Eggs and Slam just skates through the inside. Green Eggs and Slam puts 4 points up on the board for Rochester. Jostlin Moon stuck on this 4th trip. And Jostlin Moon headed to the penalty box now. Jostlin Moon was lead, so this jam's going to run to time. Green Eggs and Slam able to clear again, putting another 4 points up on the board.
And coming up now for Philly, we have 2-2. Rrrrecked, who makes it out of the pack, takes the jammer status, jamming against number 8, Abysmal for Rochester. Abysmal hit out, cycled back there. Still trying to make that initial pass. Rrrrecked looking to complete that first scoring pass for Philly. And Abysmal completing that initial pass. Rrrrecked picking up 4. Both teams now back at full strength with Trans-Lucent back on the track. Abysmal getting hit to the inside and cycled back by the Philly blockers. Meanwhile, Rrrrecked at the front fighting against Rochester's last blocker here. And Rrrrecked picking up 4 more. Abysmal getting cycled back once more. Knocked to the out there. Fighting back on through. Meanwhile, Rrrrecked taking quite a hit there to the outside and cycled back by Beastie. Rrrrecked coming up against the Rochester wall here. Against a pretty sturdy tripod here. Abysmal now making that first scoring pass, picking up 4 points for Rochester. Rrrrecked hits the in, cycled back a little bit there. Abysmal finding that outside line. Oh, nice feet right there, keeping just in bounds, picking up 4 more for Rochester. And Rrrrecked calling off the
Onyx
man there.
And Casper. Oh, and Onyx just barely clearing the outside, but is getting recycled. Lead is still open. And it's Casper has appeared to clear their initial. And the jam ref is now pointing at Casper, indicating lead. and putting four fingers up. That's good for 4 points. So Casper has appeared to have gained lead status, picked up 4 points, and is very happy about it coming into turn 3 and hitting the pack. Star pass to Squid on the Philly side. Squid is through for 4. Casper up to 8 and calls the jam. We'll see what our final score here is.
Oh, and a hit to Deathcap from Beastie right off the line.
What a way to start a half.
Gotta love some good jammer on jammer action, and Beastie slipping by on the outside there, picking up lead jammer status for Rochester. Meanwhile, Deathcap cycled back here by Abysmal. Deathcap stashing the star here. Beastie picking up 4. Oh, actually, Beastie picking up a penalty there. We have a track cut. Now we have a power jam with the star pass to Kasseroll. And picking up 4 there for Philly. Kasseroll looking to score big here on this power jam. Coming up against the pack once more. A little bit of offense from the Philly blockers. Kasseroll just 1 to beat. Oh, Rochester recycling, but Kasseroll slipping right on by. Picking up 4 more. Beastie back on the track. Picking up, looks like 4 as well. One of the Philly blockers in the box. Ooh, Beastie powering through, taking a bit of a fall, but right back up, picking up 4 more. Meanwhile, Kasseroll back here, looking to complete a 3rd scoring pass. And Kasseroll picking up 4 more. Beastie cycled back by the Philly blockers. And 1 to beat, and that is the end of our jam.
Wrecked on the in, wrecked on the out, Casper on the in. Both jammers getting recycled. Casper near the rear of the track, wrecked out front. Both packs having to skate towards each other to reform. Both teams' blockers providing some excellent defense. But Rochester goes a blocker down. That's going to let Rrrrecked clear and pick up lead, but Casper is close behind him. Both jammers coming into the pack for their first scoring pass. Rrrrecked pushes through, picks up 4. Casper's getting recycled. Both teams have 3 blockers on the track. The Crash Course penalty box has a blocker from each team. Rrrrecked now through and on their 2nd scoring trip. Casper still stuck on their 1st. And Rochester goes another blocker down as Rrrrecked comes around and is setting up for their 3rd scoring trip. Casper still finding a wall of Philly blockers and unable to complete this first scoring trip. Rrrrecked now on their 4th. Rochester trying to keep Rrrrecked back, but Rrrrecked makes quick work of it. Through on the outside this time. Sets up for a 5th scoring trip. Rochester clearing the box. Rrrrecked's gonna have a little more opponents. Rrrrecked completed 5 scoring trips at jam. Good for 20 points.
That jam. 0-0 Mourning Star picking up the penalty. So Rochester starting down 1 blocker. Jamming now for Rochester, we have 2-2 Helen Killer and for Philly, taking lead jammer status just then. Number 10, Tenacious K.
Tenacious K back on the track after an injury in the first jam of the game.
Obviously did not stop her. She is back and reminding them that she is here to score big. Completing that first scoring pass. Helen Killer coming up on her first scoring pass now. Ooh, Tenacious K taking a bit of a fall there. Both jammers through the pack, picking up 4 points each. Helen Killer and Tenacious K both looking to the outside. Helen Killer getting hit out and cycled back by those Philly blockers. Ooh, taking a hit to the end there. Back up though. Philly now down 1 blocker. And Helen Killer making it through for that scoring pass. Tenacious K coming up on scoring pass number 4 for Philly. And Tenacious K calling off that jam.
Abysmal on the line with Deathcap. We saw this matchup plenty of times in the first half. Let's see what they can make of it here. Abysmal is the one to clear and grab lead. We saw Abysmal put up big points in the first half. I'm sure that is the goal this time around as well. Deathcap getting recycled and taking a second run at it. Meanwhile, Abysmal clear trip through the pack, up 4 points up on the board for Rochester. Deathcap clear their initial. Deathcap's going to come around the score as well. And Abysmal through the middle for another 4 points up on the board. Deathcap now clear their first scoring trip. Both jammers making their way around. Abysmal 1 trip ahead of Deathcap. Abysmal hits, gets knocked out, and calls the jam before Deathcap can make it back. Abysmal picking up 2 passes, 2 points before calling it off.
And both jammers hitting the pack quick here. Rrrrecked making it through, taking the lead. Jammer status for Philly. Meanwhile, Casper held at the back here by a Philly tripod. Philly losing 1 member of that tripod to the penalty box. Not quite enough to get Casper out just yet. Meanwhile, Rrrrecked making that first scoring pass. And Casper now completing that initial pass, eligible to score. Rrrrecked coming up against the Philly wall here. Not the Philly wall, the Rochester wall. Taking a bit of a fall, but right back up. Only 2 blockers to beat. And Rrrrecked is through, picking up 4 more. Casper trying to beat these Philly blockers and is able to, picking up 4 more for Rochester. Rrrrecked slipping by on the out there, picking up another 4 for Philly. Casper now getting knocked to the in. Philly down a blocker, but still looking to slow Casper down. Oh, quite a hit there to Rrrrecked on the out, cycled back.
Rrrrecked shaking it off as they re-enter the track.
That was a big tumble there, but Rrrrecked is back up and good to go. Oh, Helen Killer trying to take Rrrrecked out there, not able to. Rrrrecked skating on by, picking up that 4 points. Looks like we had a star pass from Casper to Mcgee. And Rrrrecked picking up 4 more. And that is the end of that jam.
Green Eggs and Slam on the line up against Tenacious K. Oh, and Green Eggs and Slam clears their initial after a big hit on a Philly blocker. Green Eggs and Slam making easy work of that and is now back around on their first scoring trip. Meanwhile, Philly has passed the star to Trans-Lucent. Trans-Lucent continuing to get recycled and setting up again. Green Eggs and Slam up on their toe stops, trying to make their way around a Philly tripod, but Philly doing a good job to cycle around. Not good enough though. Green Eggs and Slam through for 4 points. Trans-Lucent still trying to clear their initial. Rochester not letting it happen, and here comes Green Eggs and Slam on their second scoring trip. And Tenacious K, now a blocker being sent to the penalty box. That allowed Green Eggs and Slam an opportunity to clear again, putting up 4 more points. That's up to 8. And here comes the third scoring trip. Trans-Lucent still trying to clear these Rochester blockers, not letting it happen. Trans-Lucent trying to take the in this time.
Going into this jam now, we have 1001 Bully Eilish and 666 Deathcap. Meanwhile, Philly is down to just 2 blockers on the track. Those 2 blockers looking to keep Bully from getting through, but Bully is able to slip on by and picks up lead jammer status for Rochester. Deathcap, meanwhile, still working against the Rochester wall at the front. And Deathcap now through and eligible to score. Bully looking to make that initial scoring pass. Ooh. Deathcap falling down and sliding on through right there. Back up though. Neither jammer has completed a scoring pass just yet. Both still looking to. Deathcap knocked to the in. And we have a star pass for Philly. Star pass to 5-5 Rainbow Crash. Bully Eilish making that scoring pass now. Picking up for Rochester. Rainbow Crash coming up against the pack here. Ooh, bit of a tumble. Everyone looks to be getting back up though. And Rainbow Crash making it through, picking up 4 for Philly. Ooh, what a hit there at the end.
Abysmal is up against Rrrrecked. Both of these jammers putting some real punishment on the opposing team blockers previously in the game. I expect this to be quite the physical jam. Rrrrecked is out with lead. Abysmal getting recycled by Onyx and having to go at it again. That's given Rrrrecked time to come back, and they're on their first scoring trip with lead. Rrrrecked tries the out, but meets a Rochester tripod. Meanwhile, Abysmal has cleared their initial, and Rrrrecked is cleared for 4. Rrrrecked getting the signal from the bench to continue. Abysmal hits the Philly blocker and gets spun out to the outside. Rrrrecked, apex jump on the inside, clears for 4. That's up to 8 for Rrrrecked and Philadelphia. Abysmal through for 4 on the Rochester side. Both jammers roughly the same place in the pack, but Philly is 3 blockers down. A blocker standing and 2 blockers sitting. That made an easy pass for Abysmal, and Rrrrecked is stuck. Now Abysmal is back on the same scoring trip as Rrrrecked. Abysmal hammers into the pack as Rrrrecked calls it off.
And jamming now, we have 1 Green Eggs and Slam for Rochester, taking that quickly, jammer status. Meanwhile, number 10 Tenacious K for Philly, now also out of the pack, eligible to score. Philly has regained another blocker, bringing them up to 3 blockers on track. And they got their 4th blocker back just to lose 1 more. Ooh, K cutting through the pack real quick, picking up 4 points. Green Eggs and Slam making that first scoring pass still. Tenacious K coming up against the pack. looking for a way through. Green Eggs and Slam barreling by that Philly blocker, picking up 4 for Rochester. And Tenacious K picking up another 4. Green Eggs and Slam looking to pick up a couple points. Hopping just over the line there, it looks like.
It's definitely out of whack.
And we are off again with 0-0 Mourning Star for Rochester and 3-6-0 Trans-Lucent for Philly. Neither jammer through the pack just yet. Ooh, bit of a tumble there. A few skaters down, everyone back up and good to go though. Oh, and it looks like Mourning Star is going to the box. So it is a power jam for Trans-Lucent and Philly. If I remember correctly, that is also Mourning Star's 6th penalty.
I believe it's 7.
Ooh.
You know what that means?
Paperwork. Trans-Lucent making a scoring pass. Oh! Cute little hop there. Bit of a fall though, but Trans-Lucent is right back up. Fortunately, Rochester's blockers were able to reform in front of Trans-Lucent, so now Trans-Lucent has to fight right back by them again. Ooh, Trans-Lucent struggling a bit against this wall up here. Philly's blockers looking to give Trans-Lucent a hand here. Trans-Lucent cycled back by Beastie. Pack moving at a fairly decent pace right now. Trying to keep in front of Trans-Lucent. Trans-Lucent fighting up against, taking another hit there to the outside. Abysmal going to the penalty box now. Beastie the one cycling Trans-Lucent back, and that is the end of our jam.
As we go through, 25 points separate Philadelphia and Rochester. The brief timeout. It's like an OTO. They could be. So. Yeah, they could be dealing with.
Yep. Scoreboard still says, or now says OTO.
Yeah. So that was a foul out by Mourning Star there. At the end of that jam, so Mourning Star is going to have to gear down and exit the track. That brings Rochester down to 10 skaters remaining. They started with quite a few skaters down, and as you can see from the penalty whiteboard, we've got 2 other skaters with 5 penalties up on the whiteboard. This is 9 minutes remaining. People are going to need to be careful.
They are in the danger zone for more paperwork.
Yeah, nobody wants that. On the line, Rrrrecked and Green Eggs and Slam. Abysmal is starting in the penalty box, so Green Eggs and Slam is 1 blocker down. And Green Eggs and Slam's going to opt to push through, and Rrrrecked is going to try to dodge around. Both teams' blockers doing a good job holding it back, but it's Rrrrecked that clears, and Rrrrecked is picking up lead for Philly. Green Eggs and Slam continuing to get recycled. Rrrrecked, meanwhile, on their first scoring trip, while Green Eggs and Slam is trying to complete their initial. Teams traded blockers in the penalty box. The Crash Course penalty box currently occupied by a Philly blocker.
It's like a fun game of tag. Both jammers coming up against these 2 walls, and Tenacious K juking right on by Rochester's blockers, picking up lead jammer status. 1-1 Casper still trying to make that initial pass, and Tenacious K slipping by and picking up 4 as Casper now making that initial pass. Tenacious K hitting the pack here. More of our blockers are back on the track. We are now only down one blocker for Rochester. Tenacious K hitting the Rochester wall here. Looks like both teams are now back at full strength on the track. And K completing that scoring pass, picking up 4 more. Casper cycled back. Looking to pick up another 4. Meanwhile, Tenacious K making that 4th scoring pass now. At the front, only 2 blockers left to beat. And Tenacious K is through, picking up 4 more. Casper, meanwhile, trying to complete that 2nd scoring pass. Rochester now down 1 blocker. Both jammers fighting against these walls here. Tenacious K trying to get through on the inside. Oh, and it looks like Tenacious K picked up a track cut penalty there right at the end. So Rochester will start the next jam with a power jam, I believe.
And some hot honey. It is delicious. Out here in Jam 13, Hell's a Comin is the jammer for Rochester, and they have lead. Tenacious K has started this jam in the box. So Hell's a Comin not only with lead, but with a power jam, puts up 4 points and is coming around on their 2nd scoring trip. Hell's coming through again for another 4. Tenacious K back on the track, needs to complete an initial. Hell's a Comin though, ready for a 3rd scoring trip here. Tenacious K coming around for their 1st. Hell's a Comin finds an inside line, picks up another 4 points, up to 12. Tenacious K being held off by Rochester.
Coming up now to jam, we have 8 Abysmal for Rochester and 3-3 Kasseroll for Philly. Kasseroll making it out and taking lead jammer status. Abysmal now also out of the pack, both jammers eligible to score. Philly's 4th blocker making it back onto the track. Oh, and losing different blockers. Philly is still at 3 blockers. Meanwhile, Rochester also at 3 blockers. Abysmal picking up 4 there. Kasseroll now also with 4. Rochester down 2 blockers right now. Abysmal getting knocked to the inside, cycled back.
Yeah, that was Jostlin with a quick little hit out that recycled him.
Yep, both jammers making it through there. And jamming now, we have 666 Deathcap and 1001 Bully Eilish. Ooh, Deathcap slipping through, taking the lead jammer status. Well, teams now at full strength, all blockers on the track. Bully Eilish still trying to make that initial scoring or initial pass to be eligible to score. Meanwhile, Deathcap looking to pick up 4. Cycled back here. Both jammers struggling to get through this pack right now. Oh, just as I say that, Deathcap slips on by, picks up 4. Bully Eilish still looking to make that initial pass, being held back by the Philly tripod there in the back. Cycled back. Ooh, what a hit to the inside there, but Deathcap right back up. These blockers really making these jammers work for it right now. And Deathcap picking up 4 more. Both jammers coming up on the pack here. Bully Eilish looking to go to the out, getting tapped out lightly, cycled back. Meanwhile, Deathcap cycled back by Beastie. Oh, Billie Eilish taking a bit of a spin there, back up now. And Deathcap picking up another 4. Billie Eilish now eligible to score for Rochester. Deathcap coming up on the pack here. Skating by on the out. Oh, almost hit and picks up 4 more at the very end there. That is the end of our game. And final score, Philly Roller Derby 285, Rochester Area Junior Roller Derby 228. Philly taking home the win.
Yeah, and you have to love seeing every second played out to the very end of the game with all intensity. Even though Philly had the lead, them absolutely going through and squeezing every point possible, because it is that point differential at the end that matters towards rankings. And
yes,
this is sanctioned play here at Battle of Bunker Hill. What awesome derby.